Do you have a movie that comes to mind when you think of being taller than 9 feet with blue skin and green eyes? An unrealistically magnificent forest, valley, sky, and sea spread out, making you immerse yourself in the natural environment more than a 3D movie. Yes, that's right. Avatar is a blockbuster film directed by James Cameron, who is called the king of box office hits. If we were to change the Avatar movie to fit our status quo, the unsustainable city would be the planet Earth, which has been stripped of its resources and destroyed through reckless development. A sustainable city was the planet Pandora, where the Na'vi live. And in the end, it is a movie in which the Na'vi, the owners of the city of Pandora, struggle to stop humans from destroying resources and the environment by invading the paradise-like city of sustainable Pandora out of greed for resource development. We can see this as the Earth's average temperature is rising not only because of the depletion of resources and energy through reckless development, but also through the continuous emission of greenhouse gases. And in accordance with the 2015 Paris Climate Agreement, countries and all of their jurisdictions around the world have promised to keep the net global temperature increase rates below 1.5 degrees Celsius until the year 2100. However, according to the report published by the IPCC, these vows and promises to reduce greenhouse gas emissions have not been kept at all. The report states that net global temperatures are projected to rise by a whopping 3.5 degrees Celsius by 2100 unless a much more aggressive greenhouse gas reduction policy is implemented in the future. To fully allow everyone to grasp the seriousness of the situation, let's take rising sea levels as an example. Global warming in itself is raising the average sea level by 3.6 millimeters per year, and by 2100, low-lying coastal cities and small islands will be exposed to severe flooding, and some island nations will be uninhabitable. As a result, the projected number of climate refugees worldwide by the year 2100 is 800 million. This is a warning that many will suffer in the future due to our current negligence. And according to the report, we only have until 2025 to severely reduce greenhouse gas emissions. And in order to limit the global temperature rise to within 1.5 to 2 degrees, it is strongly advised that greenhouse gas emissions need to peak within the next 30 months and begin to decrease thereafter. Already, the extent and thickness of the Arctic ice is decreasing every month, and some of the Arctic's indigenous people have had to adjust their lifestyles to match the changing seasons, and some coastal communities are even making plans to migrate as a last resort. As I watched the news, the beautiful primitive forest that was their home was destroyed by the invasion of humans in Avatar 2, and the appearance of the Na'vi, who inevitably moved to the unfamiliar sea in search of a new home, seemed to have an uncanny correlation. In addition, we appealed to countries around the world for emergency relief, food, medical supplies, and search and rescue teams for those affected by the disaster. If we don't make an effort for our planet to stop global warming, climate change will lead to an even greater count of natural disasters and countless victims. So should we aim to make a beautiful planet like the beautiful forests and the sustainable Pandora, or should we continue to destroy the Earth like the Earth portrayed in the Avatar movie? How much time do you think our planet has left? Thank you.
Hello, Seung Hyeon. Nice job on your speech, and I'm going to ask you a question. As you mentioned in the movie is kind of a parable, like or analogous to the American West and the relationship with the Native Americans, American Indians. And in the movie, he mentions that there's nothing that they need from the developed world. Essentially, they're already in balance. Mm-hmm. So what can you do? What can we do to convince people that living a life of sustainability and balance is actually better than a life of overconsumption?
I think the first thing that we need to do in order to convince people that point is to first obviously show them the statistics. We need to show them the facts about how overconsumption and our current consumption is destroying the planet. And if we continue to overconsume, then we will no longer have the ability to even consume in the future. And I think we need to convince people that in order, not only for us, but for the future generation, and to save the planet and to have an actual future, we need to have one of those sustainable futures. And yeah, I think that's what we need to do.
Great, thank you.